ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting Vobie One-Eyed Kenobi Showbie with me, Richard Vobes, on the 4th of March 2018, live, well, my hands are here, live and direct, and it's lovely to be here yet again on a Monday. Monday. Hang on, let me just switch over to see if anybody's out there. Yes, Anne Osborne. Hello, Anne. You're waiting there with bated breath for the old Vobie. Terence Dacum, Andy Joy. Lovely to see you. Dave Ford. How long has it been, Dave? Paul and Suzanne Watts, which is great to see you. Kevin Hall is here. Ian Beddoes, Anne Evans. Lovely to see you. Linda Kane, Nigel Sadler. They're all here on point duty, which is fantastic. Let me just move my cursor down a bit. There we go. Absolutely brilliant. Hello, Henry. Lovely to see you. Ian Beddoes and Kevin Hall. That's it. I'm off. I've seen enough. Oh, yes. Kevin and I had a bit of a to-do today. We had a bit of a to-do. Hello, Kevin here. He says, you coming to Midhurst? I said, yes, I'm coming to Midhurst to see the lovely Dave Ford. We're going around Midhurst Common. Right, that's it. I'm moving. What do you mean you're moving? I'm not staying in Midhurst if you're coming up here and not seeing me. Well, you're working, Kevin, you're working. I don't care. You can't come on my patch. It's my patch. Keep off. I thought, blimey, it's as bad as the Cowdrey estate. Get off my land, you! Kevin Hall here. Yeah, so anyway, we've I had to bow and scrape. I had to plead the lovely Kevin to come and carry on supporting the show and watching the show and being part of the show and taking me out on some walks later on in the show. He said, well, I'll have to think about it. You know, there's a big favour in it. I said, yes, that's... What are you doing here? Funny little microphone. Can you see that? Oh, yeah, you can just about see that. That's my other microphone. You move over there a little bit. Nudging me in the back. I wasn't ready for that. Let's have a look, see what the comments are. Let's just scroll down a bit. Here we go. Steve Pilfold is there. He says, are you doing any pre-Pancake Day pancakes? As it's Shrove Tuesday tomorrow. Tomorrow? No, I'm not. Didn't even know it was Shrove Tuesday tomorrow. Didn't even know it was Pancake Day tomorrow. Didn't even know any of that. But how do you know all these things? I suppose you have it in a diary somewhere, do you? I mean, I'm so busy doing things, so busy breathing, I haven't got time to work out whether the pancakes are coming or not. I thought it was Shove Halfpenny Wednesday, or maybe that's Week Willy Wednesday. Week Willy Wednesday, I don't know what that means. Carl Osborne, hello Carl, lovely to see you, thank you for coming. Gary Baines, good evening to you, sir. How are you doing? Don't forget you can all pour into Shoreham Fort and have a good day out at Shoreham Fort. It's great fun for all the family. So there we are. Linda Kane says, not got anything better to do, so I'm here. Hello, Linda. The lovely Julia and I spoke to the lovely Julia and I, and I spoke to the lovely Julia and I, and we're going to come round your house and beat you to the tea caddy and make a cup of tea. We're going to come round for a cup of tea, if that's all right. If it's not all right, just close your curtains, lock the door and hide. Pretend you're not in. I don't know when. Richard Suggett is there. Wendy Wakely. And hello, Wendy. How is the lovely Victoria, Empress of India? Love to know how she is doing. Who else? We've got Dean Cooper. Hello, Dean. Running out of kindling, Dean. He says, hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Claire Leach, the lovely Claire Leach. How are you, Claire? Paul Hine and Andy Dalgleish. He says, what ho, you rascals? What ho, old chap? Nice to see you. Hi, everybody. Let's just scroll down a little bit. Oops, I've lost the... Well, that's it. There we go. Steve Pilfold says, Ash Wednesday, when you clean the Essie. Ah, yes, Ash Wednesday. I clean the Essie every bloody week, and I empty the ash every bloody day. It's fun. It's fun having an Essie. It's fun. It's so much fun. I'm so pleased I had something so clean, and I don't have to think. Actually, talking about that, I wonder if the Essie's got enough oak in there at the moment. I might have to go out the back and just take a bit more wainscot off the walls, or maybe get an old bureau and smash it up and shove it into the thing and keep it going. I don't know. Another old Worthinger will have to go. A Worthing original will have to go into the Essie just to keep it going. It's a shame. Gary Baines says, thanks, Richard. All good and back at the fort this Sunday. There we are. The Sunday is all open up at the weekend. Come and see what's going on. They've got. Have you got your egg and spoon races coming soon? I think your Easter thing will be coming soon. Easter's later this year, isn't it? I discovered it is a little bit later. Hold on, a slurp coming up. Fiona Cooper. Hello to you, Fiona Cooper. It's lovely to see you. And I hope you're well. Good evening, she says. Good evening. Good evening to you. Claire says, my daughter was born on Ash Wednesday in February. So there we are. Does Ash Wednesday move about, or has it, and Shrove Tuesday, do they have set days, or are they like the first Tuesday of March? Is that how that works? Is it the first Tuesday of March? Must be the first Tuesday of March. Is that how that works? And Ash Wednesday, is that the first Wednesday of March? Is that how that works? Or is it always on a... Well, it can't always be on the same day, because the date changes, doesn't it? What do I know? I ought to know these things. Call yourself a traditionalist. Call yourself the Bald Explorer. Yes, I know I do. What do you do with ash? Do you give it to Sugget? I chuck it in the bin. I chuck it in the bin. It goes straight in the black plastic bin. Makes a right mess of it. It's a black plastic bin, and then you get all this sort of very light grey ash that goes all about it. A large cloud of billowing smoke. Fills a smoke of ash, you understand, not a smoke of smoke. I get enough smoke trying to put wood in the fire. Open the firebox, and big cloud of smoke. My lungs must be ever so black. If I blow my nose, blackened bogies come out and pepper the walls. Good job I got wood chip, really, isn't it? Nigel Sadler says, movable feasts. Not quite sure what he's talking about there. Movable feasts. Easter Sunday, fun day, says Gary Baines. There we are. Fun day at the Gary Baines Fort of Education. The Shoreham Fort. Great fun for all the family. Do go there. Cover your ears if you don't like loud eggs. Oh no, it's the summer you have the guns going. You'll be all right. Egg and spoons. You've got the sack race. I did it last year. I got the sack, and I haven't been invited back. Oh, it's a shame. No, I'm lying. Richard Suggett says Easter's the weekend before his birthday. Oh, when's your birthday? Quick plug for the award-winning Richard Suggett, by the way, who was plugging yet again. He's now, I think he's #1 on iTunes, the Veg Grower podcast. #1 on iTunes. He's written a book. It's the bestseller. It's the bestseller on Amazon. He's being interviewed on BBC Radio 1, Radio 2 and 6 Music. Radio 4 wouldn't have him. He was far too intelligent for their speech. He made Radio 4's intelligent speech seem dumbed down. So do check out Mr. Suggett, the lovely Mr. Suggett, who's always smiling in all the photos you ever see. Ali Nicole, hello to you, Ali Nicole. It's lovely to see you. Andy Joy says, the lovely slurp. Yes, time for another lovely slurp. This is the Withercue slurp, which that actually is provided by the BBC. That is a BBC sound effect. It looks like I'm doing it, but I do it in synchronisation with an LP I bought when I was about 13 in 1974. In 1974, actually, I was 11. Thank you very much. Well, depending on what part of the year it happened to be in. So there we go. And what's he saying there? Matthew Holdsworth is Easter is to do with lunar sometimes. Well, the whole thing is lunatic, if you ask me. It's all loony. They move Easter. It's always 40 days before Easter. What is they move with? What moves with Easter? Oh, what the Oh, I see, the Ash Wednesday and the Shove Halfpenny. I mean, the Shroves Tuesday. See, these other people are far more intelligent. What do I read all these books? What good does any... I've got a book which tells you all the traditional things that happen every year. And I've leafed through it. Yes, I've read the back cover. And it sounded very interesting. Linda Kane says, can't he use it on his allotment? What? An old Easter egg? Oh, I don't know. He might be able to use it. What use is it? I could put the ash in a pot and give him and say it's potash. Never mind. Steve Pilfold, here we go. Late Easter cost us money this year as the twins don't get free children. The twins don't get free childcare until the start of the term after they turn 3. God blimey. I don't know. What do people want? Free childcare? We're in such a soft society these days, don't we? We never had free childcare. I had free children and never had free childcare. The free childcare was me and my wife at the time. That's what that was about. Late term start means paying 2 more weeks than we would have last year. Well, I just think that's being a bit... You chose to have the children. You should have thought that out. Robert Crosser, thank you. I'm just thinking of the crow. Another pagan festival taken over by Christianity, he says. Oh, I've got to be nice to Robert because I'm going up north and he's going to have a chance to get his hands round my neck. And I'm a bit worried about that. From the 23rd, ladies and gentlemen, of April, just as soon as we get shot of Easter, I shall be driving, actually, up the M6, straight up to Robert Crosser's place. He said he's going to put me up in the airing cupboard, which is nice. Actually, I'm going to sort out a Airbnb, which will be more airy than his airing cupboard. Gary Baines says you're always invited, but this time bring your big walking ball. Yes, that's the only way I'm invited. The biggest cannonball you will ever see. That's how you should... That's how you... What date is it? What date? Oh, Easter Sunday. What date of the year is that? Something like the 21st, is it? Something like the 21st? Or the 22nd? No, it must be the 21st. Steve Pilfold, 40 days excluding Sundays, he says. Richard Suggett, 23rd of April is his birthday. I shall be away on your birthday, headed up north to see the infamous Robert Crosser, who will be there with his big hands ready to shove round my neck and throttle me or whack my head against Hadrian's wall. Yeah, that's my wall. Get off. So that'd be interesting. On the 8th day of the Suggett... rested. Yes, that's right. The 8th day, Mr. Suggett rested. He put his foot up. He put his foot up in the allotment next to his barbecue, which will be good. Hello, everyone's talking to this. Kevin Hall says, day after my daughter's birthday. Hello. So that's good. Anyway, so yes, I am going up north. I will be setting up. Please fund me. Please fund me to get me out of Worthing. In fact, most of Worthing people will be only too pleased to cough up and shove a fiver in the pot to see me at the back of Worthing. They won't see my car zipping about and cutting people off at the lights and overtaking where I shouldn't do and going through train barriers as the train is passing. They'll be quite happy to see the back of me, I am sure. So, yes, so I will set up something. I need to set that up fairly soon because time is ticking on. Matthew Holdsworth, he knows a thing or two. Ash Wednesday is the first day of Lent, 40 days before Easter. So, tell me, Matthew, who sets the day of Easter? Who says when Easter is going to be? Because they keep shunting that about. If we have to work out 40 days is... 40 days has September, April, June and not November. All the rest are 491 except for the other one, which we didn't mention at the beginning because it was obscene. Yeah, who makes up Easter? Is it the people who do the diaries? Is it Collins what do they call it? Collins Diaries. Is it Collins who does it? Jack Collins, I reckon it is. He was a lumberjack in Missouri in 1872. It would have been in Philip Mercer's book, but that was published in 1834. In 1872, as you know, my cerebral friend, is a little bit later than that, so it couldn't have been in. I'm sure Philip Mercer would have had something far more superior. Hang on, another slurp coming up. One has to entertain even when drawing breath, you know. At least that's my excuse. What have we got here? Wood ash, says Linda. Wood ash. Oh, not potash. Yes, wood ash. Wood ash. Well, yes, I've thought of putting it in the pot. Oh, if you have to explain the joke, it doesn't work. Linda Kane. Let me tell you, Linda Kane. I've been asked by the Patching and Clapham Horticultural Society to do a talk at Patching's AGM. Yes, at the Horticultural Society. It's only a stone's throw from where you are. Claire Leach says, in a month before Christmas, and normally they get combined birthday and Xmas presents, which really annoys me. I'm a month before Christmas. Oh, your birthday, I see. Yes, that must be annoying. Robert Crosser says, oh, behave, who said your neck? Hello. Oh, right, okay. I'm just going for the easy option. When I was a child, says Henry David Allen, I went to a child... I thought I misread that. I thought you said a childminder. A few days later, my family moved into their house. That's a bit odd, isn't it? How does that work? Stuart Douch. Hello, Stuart. I'm trying to persuade Stuart Douch from Sompting's Abbots to have a meeting where we go and have a nice picnic on the lawn at Sompting Abbots and then have a special tour by Stuart around the house and giving us some information about the school. That would be absolutely fantastic for a meet-up. I don't know whether that's possible. Stuart sort of mumbled something about it when I went and did the filming with him, and I'm going to hold him to it. David says, it's the 21st, Easter Sunday. Yes, but how is Easter Sunday worked out? Who does the work? Somebody somewhere's got to work it out and make out, because it can't keep moving in obscene chunks. You know, sometimes the beginning of the month, sometimes at the end of the month. Andy Dalgleish says, Easter Sunday... Oh, hang on a minute. Easter Sunday is the first Sunday after the first full moon after the spring equinox. What? Easter Sunday is the first Sunday after the first full moon after the spring equinox. And Ash Wednesday is 40 days before that. It's pretty pagan. The Chinese New Year also is based on the phases of the moon. So are you saying that this is, you know, this is almost totally random? Well, not random. Well, it is random, isn't it? It is random, only it's, you can work out the random, you know, the phases of the moon and the planets whizzing round from the Big Bang and the speed of acceleration and all of that, where they're whizzing around like this, could be mapped out from probably back in the days when... Who was that bloke? Who was the bloke that everybody... Nostradamus. From the days of Nostradamus, you know, the one with the big hooter and the very inflamed nostrils. Nostradamus. When he was... Everybody had his book where you could say, oh yes, and it was in 2019 that the Vobes rose to fame and stardom. I noticed that page had been ripped out of Nostradamus's predictions. Yes, they didn't have that in there, did they? But never mind. Steve Pilfold says, nursery was free when I was a kid and you got a family allowance. I get no benefits at all. The family allowance. Yes, I did. I think we did apply for that because we had no money. Yes, that's true. There is something, I can't remember how it works. Dawn worked it all out. I just went... Dawn managed to get this money, but I just went out to work, you know. I just didn't... Maybe I didn't know about it. Maybe she kept it all quiet and was spending it on the other side, you know, buying things for the children, like clothes, socks, pants, you know, necessary things that she said they were necessary. I would have just let them go to school naked. A naked man on a naked stage. That's what my mime teacher, Desmond Jones of the Desmond Jones School of Mime, said to me in 2006. Was it 2006? When was Chernobyl? When was the Chernobyl disaster? Was that 2000 or was that 1996? Whenever it was, anyway. Wander round the town with the Explorer hat. I'm sure you'll get some donations. Yes, I'm sure I'll get some expletions. How you doing, Richard? Says Mark Selwood. I'm trying to convince Mr. Withercue, who we don't see on here so much these days, to come down to Cornwall. But if he doesn't want to come down, I shall come down directly on my lonesome todsome, and we'll have a ball. Richard Suggett says, hang on, a horticultural society have asked you to talk and not an award-winning gardening podcaster, he says. That's just plain crazy. Yes, well, actually, they said we'd like a bit of waffle. So I said, I can grow you waffles. Linda Kane says, apparently, Easter Sunday is the Sunday following the partial, is that? Or partial full moon date. The partial full moon date is the ecclesiastical full moon date following the 20th of March. The Georgian Gregorian calendar method oh wait, it's gone up. Hang on. Stop. Slow down all at once. Can't even say it. The Gregorian method derives paschal full moon dates by determining the epact for each year. Are you talking in double Dutch, Linda Kane? The epact can have a value from 0 to 30 and you're making it up. You're as bad as me. Just making up any old waffle. I don't know. Lovely place, says Taunton, says Robert Croser. Don't know what Taunton's got to do with it. That's in Devon. Claire Leach says, don't you get child benefit and childcare vouchers for your children, Steve Pilfold? No, he gets nothing. He goes and he does a lot of lever pulling. You'd think a man who can pull levers would be able to get all the stuff that was going for free. Linda Kane says, probably can't attend if it's their AGM. Ah, yes, that's true. We've got to become a member. You could become a member for a night. Richard, do tell us about your day out in Chichester on Midhurst Common with the lovely Dave Ford, as you'll spoil my plans for you and I for week. Yes, of course. Tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, you'll see the first of the videos with Dave Ford and I. We went to Stedham today. Stedham. We had to Stedham. We made a fantastic video. I've just edited it up myself with my own bony fingers. I've trimmed the film edges. I've glued it with Spartacus, and it all works very well. Thank you very much. So that's all good. And it'll be out tomorrow from 5 o'clock in the morning if you can't wait. It's very nice. Thank you very much. Thank you to Dave Ford for all his hard work. We did 2 more. We did 3 videos today, actually. We managed to get 3. On the third one, we did get slightly soaked with rain falling about. No idea how that looks yet. Haven't had a chance to look at it. Dean Cooper says, Jesus sorts out Easter. It's to do with Christmas, apparently. Yes, I just think it's a bit strange, isn't it? Because Jesus was born on Christmas Day on the 25th of December, so they say. And then he was nailed to a cross at Easter. He didn't live very long, did he? Because January, February, March, April. 4 months. They didn't say that. They made out that he was a carpenter or something and he did this wine and thing. He could barely walk at 4 months. I mean, he was probably only crawling. You can imagine poor little Jesus that the 4 months old.
There's a little baby. Oh, it's just a nail in my hand. There's 2 nails in my hand. Don't do that's my pee-pee. My little pee-pee.
You mustn't do these religious jokes. It upsets a lot of people. I do apologise.
You're a very naughty boy.
Yes, I am a very naughty boy. Oh, hello. I think Facebook has just had me ejected. Anthony Jones says, wild garlic is about now, all you walkers. Yes, there we are. Actually, Dave Ford and I spotted some wild garlic. I trod on it and it was livid. Yeah, we did see some. Tracy Highland, hello to all. Lovely to see you, Tracy. Claire Leach says 1986. Oh, 80s. Yes, of course it was 1986. That's when I went to mime school. Blimey, showing me age there. 1986. Gosh, that was a long time ago. Steve Pilfold says, Claire Leach, the vet. Oh, Danny Harris, Richard, what is the app you use to send vids and bigger files to people, please? Is the one you said you used to send film clips to the show? Yes, it's not an app. I go on the website. Do you remember when people used to go to a website? Yeah, people on their phones and stuff use apps. It's nothing to do with that. Don't use the app. It's rubbish. Kevin Hall had a lot of trouble with it. You go to wetransfer.com. Type it in the URL bar of a browser on a PC or the Apple product and type in www.wetransfer, all one word, .com. Don't try doing the app. I don't know what Kevin was doing when he was doing all that. It was going all over the place. Just do it on your computer. It works absolutely fine. It's free and it's a piece of cake. Mark Selwood says, is it just me who gets a cheap thrill from being naked in a hotel room? I think we don't want to know that. Yes, I think it is just you. Being naked in a hotel. Well, we've all got to be naked in a hotel room when we go into the shower or the bath. What kind of now I've got this awful image of Mark Selwood in his hotel room with his drone flying around him and he's operating his Yes, well, let's not even think about that. I'm trying not to think. You put a terrible thought in my head. The lovely Julia is here. Hello, lovely Julia. I should say that lovely Julia's son is being invested this evening at the Cubs Scouts. He will dib, dib, dib and dob, dob, dob. But apparently they don't have woggles anymore. It makes the mind boggle that you don't have a woggle. Cool, blimey. Was anybody here in the Cubs or the Girl Guides? Put your fingers up your nose and blow it. So there we go. Claire Leach says Steve Pilfold. Oh, no. Steve Pilfold says TBH. What does that mean? TBH, to be heard. To be heard by the way. What is TBH? For your TBH. What does TBH mean? My pancake day comment has given a full 20 minutes of material. Oh yes, you see, I riff. Is it riff or rift? I riff on your comments. I riff on them. Chrissy Nash is here. Hello, Chrissy. Chrissy Nash. He says, ding dong. Oh, no, not doing good at catching these lives. Oh, well done, Chrissy. Top man. Kevin Hall says, hurrah! It did rain on your parade. On video number 3. Yes, I know. I'm sure, Kevin, that whilst you were in that timber-framed house of yours, slaving away in the shivering cold, you were sitting there sending out a little rain dance, weren't you, in order to get at me? I know, I can just imagine you, like Rumpelstiltskin, there with your paintbrush going, rain on Vobes, rain on Vobes. No, actually, it would probably have gone, Kevin here, rain on Vobes, rain on Vobes. Make the sky open, Kevin here, I want the rain on him. That's probably what's happened. I do wish Richard would read the comments properly, LOL. I'm trying my best. They keep moving up. People keep typing them. Richard Suggett says, I have loads of wild garlic in my garden. Not only that, he's got wild chickens in his garden, to be honest with you. They play, he's got, what is it, Tom, Dick and Harry. He's got Tom, Dick and Harry and their tunnels, and his chickens keep getting out. Every time you hear the music, how does the Great Escape goes? I just had it in my head. Da-dum, da-da-da-dum-dum, yum-dum-dum-dum, da-dum-dum-dum-dum, ba-da-da-dum-dum, dum-dum-da-dum-dum, rum-dum-dum-bum-bum-bum-bum. Every time you hear that, da-da-da-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee, a little chicken is going down one of the holes, and of course one of them, you know, there's Mr. Suggett is there in his SS uniform going, you're not coming out of here, Dick. Right there. And then they're being chased by him around the garden. I've seen it happen. Oh, it is crazy stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Very crazy stuff. You should see him. And he's marching, I'll get you, I'll get you. You get cold, I'll get you. He's just like Blakey from On the Bus. It's so funny. Oh, there's a picture's just popped up. That's very nice. Big fat gif. Thanks, you've just blocked the whole screen. Replying to Mark, Laura Riddle, I'll have you with your big gifs. Now I can't read anything. Hang on a minute, what's going on down here? We've had a few things. He's in a world of his own, says Robert Cross. Yes, that's right. He is. Text back, honey, LOL, says Chrissy Nash. Let's get past all this. And that, oh, the big gif has disappeared. Where's that gone? Has it vanished? Oh, no, we're just past it. There we are. To be honest, what 6 is he in? Who says that? Steve Pilfold? TBH. To be honest, I don't like all these abbreviations. I never know what they mean. Text back. Oh, text back, honey. Oh, then hence that's what that means. Thanks. To TBH, to be honest. Thank you, Dean. Everyone's telling me. Good evening, Keith. Good evening, Keith. Who's Keith? Keith just joined. Good evening, Keith. How's your teeth, Keith? Does Kevin Hall shout a lot? Oh, he does. If you go... He knocked on my door the other day, came round, we're doing some editing, and knocked on the door, and there was this abrupt knocking. and all I heard was, Kevin here, you are surrounded, please come out with your hands in the air. I thought he'd make a great policeman. Kevin here, now look, if you don't come out, I'm coming in. I will paint you in stripes. You have been warned. Come on, Kevin here. It's all good fun. Mark McLeod says, good evening, Richard. Hello, Mark. Hope you're well. We're having a very quiet and sedate show today because I'm really not in the mood for being silly. Andy Joy is, it's not like your hair would get wet when it rains, Richard. No, that's very true. Although it actually does. Very, very, very fine hairs that I have. You see, some people have very coarse hairs. You can see them, of course you can. Oh, they're nice. Aren't they great long hairs like these? Long, floppy hairs. And some people, like myself, are very fine. They're sort of acquired hairs. All the hairs I have on my head have been acquired. I need to make a chicken escape video, says Richard Suggett. You do! If you need some sound effects, just let me know. Laura Hill says, or a Benny Hill one. What's he on today? He's on, who's his dealer? Hey, wait a minute, just a moment. The dealer is at the door. Hello, dealer.
Hello, son. Do you want some more? You know what?
Yes, please.
Oh,
delicious. Delicious. Dean Cooper says, you would never guess Richard Vobes is a popular... Yeah, no, thanks. You'd never guess he was a popular... What, if anybody watched this, you saying that they wouldn't be at all popular? That's what you're saying, isn't it? I know what you're like, Dean. Come on, next time you're in your big articulate... It's a funny word, isn't it? Articulate lorry. It's an because I've seen your lorry, and when I looked at it, I said, hello, how are you? And it said... Well, now you ask, I have to tell you that I am exemplary in a good mood. I have moved various objects in my vehicular transport system. It's very articulate, your lorry, actually. Dean Cooper says you would... Oh, yes, I read that. Linda Kane says, wild garlic in my garden pushes up through the shingle. Bloody stuff. Is it, you've got shingle in your garden? I thought you were in Angmering. What is shingle doing? You haven't got the beach in there, have you?
Oh, yes, I have the beach. The sea comes up to my door.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Can you do the voice over Richard? Yes, of course I can. What, for the chicken movie? The chicken. What kind of voice would you like? Would you like a BBC War voice? Let's have a look. This is Germany calling, Germany calling. No, London. What is it? Germany? Yes, what's Germany calling, Germany calling. This is the voice of, what was his name? Somebody Haw. What was his real name? Old Haw. Germany calling, Germany calling. You will be defeated. There is no... We will fight you on the beaches and the landing grounds. We will fight you in the hills. We will fight you with pails and buckets of water. We will never surrender. We will get your chickens. We will get them and screw their necks off. We will eat your chickens and baste them in lemon jelly. Lemon jelly, now there's a good band. What do you do in the bath? I have no idea. Dean Cooper says, I feel like chicken tonight. I feel like chicken tonight. Do the shake and vac and put the freshness back. Yeah. Anyway, miles a day helps you rest, work and eat chicken, apparently. That's nice. Andy Joy says he's clucking mad tonight. Thank you. I am. Yep. Vobes has lost his mind. Who said I ever had one? Hello, John Berger. You snuck in there, by the way. Is Liz Housden in there? Because I was thinking about her television. She's got this massive 4-foot television she wants to get shot of. And I suddenly thought maybe it could go in the back here. Suddenly realised I could put it, would just fit in there. It could go on the wall. So I'm going to rewrite to Liz and say, don't get rid of your telly. I'll have it and I'll stick it up there. And I can have a great big picture of my face just up there. And then all those people I talk to, what we could do is have some contraption. Mr. Pilfold, he's good at levers. He could work this out. So every time I mention your name, your face comes up on the screen behind me. That would be good. Or we could play videos. We could have a cinema show, couldn't we? We could have a big screen up there. And then I could say, oh, yes, have you been to the movies? Have you been to the movies recently and seen the new Stanley Kubrick film? No? Oh, well, he's now doing something with Lego. Yeah, it's Stanley Lego brick movie. It's very good, actually. I don't know, I don't get much out of these fingers, I'll tell you.
I suck 'em as much as I can. I got more when I sucked my thumb as a baby.
I don't think Stanley Kubrick ever spoke like
As a baby.
Did he speak like that? I don't think he did.
Oh, yeah, when I was a boy, I was ever so... But when I was a girl, it was so different. But I do like having great big slabs of things with monkeys going around them. I love all that, like a great big... What do you call it? Like a centipede. Not a centipede, it's a black monolith. A monolith. Oh, I'm losing my feet now. A big monolith, a monologue. I had a big monologue. Oh, I went to the loo and did a big No, never mind. Stop it. Julia said, what does that say about you watching TV on, Not a lot. What? Not a fan of TLAs then. TLAs. What's TLAs? The Laughing Authority. Is that what it is? The Laughing Authority. What is a TLA? I don't know what a TLA is. Clearly says you're going to do the 5G thing with your pretend hair again. Boo! Here's the 5G. Boo! This is the new boo! 5G. Boo! And actually, if you pull it hard, tight, not too tight so that it pulls your hair, you can get a noise. That's the new 5G signal. It is quite uncanny how one can do that on national streaming. Robert Croser, getting ever closer. That's what I will be singing, by the way, as I'm driving up the motorway on the M6 going up north. Hopefully with the lovely Julia at my side. We'll be singing Closer, singing Robert Croser. He's getting very closer. And Mr. Croser will be going, get my hands ready for his neck. I will wring it. Oh, bloody heck. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Robert Croser says, think they've already made a chicken escape film, Richard Suggett. Oh, yes, didn't they? They've already done one of those. Yes, of course. Yes, that's right. C. Wallace and Gromit and Chicken Escape film, says Mark McLeod. They're nothing original. Oh, Mark McLeod says, Alec Guinness tonight. Yes, the man in the white suit. That was my favourite Alec Guinness film. Or what was the one, Crown, Kind Hearts and Coronets. That was quite a good one. And what was the other one where he was, he was, I know he did George Smiley and all of that. Use the Force, Luke. Use the Force, Luke. Use the Force. I am your father, Luke. I've got a very weird hand, Luke. Look at me when I'm talking to you, Luke. That soup looks lukewarm, Luke. Steve Pilfold says, not a fan of lemon jelly on chicken Laura. What? On chicken Laura? Not a fan of... I like lemon jelly. Lemon jelly is great. Mark McLeod says, I have a spare goggle box too. It has been out of commission for some time. Yeah, but the lovely Liz Housden has one that's at least the width of my house, which will be good. Fiona Cooper says mugshots. That's the word, mugshots. We get mugshots on there. Lots of mugshots. What the hell is going on? What the hell is going on tonight? Yes, anything can happen in the next half hour. What TV programme was that from? Anything can happen in the next half hour. Stingray. What film was that from? Oh, I've just given it away. The voice of the Mysterons. This is the voice of the Mysterons. We know that you can hear us, Earthman. We have penetrated your computer and we know what your PIN numbers are. Why not give us a few £100,000 on Bitcoin so that nobody can trace us, Earthman? We'll blackmail you in your spam, Earthman, for we are desperate people. Yeah, desperate, all right. You can bog off, mate. Thank you. Dean, let's get some sensibility going here. We've 39, it feels like I've done 60 minutes already. Dean Cooper says he must be bumming something odd in the... Oh, burning. He must be burning something. Yes, the fumes. The fumes are deadly. Is that wood you gave me, Dean? It's that wood. I don't know where you got it from.
The lovely Julia says, I hate the M6. We won't go the M6. We're going to go the country route past as many trees as we possibly can. It may take us till Christmas to get there. We'll get there, but we may have to go past all sorts. From Crowhurst, there's a lovely tree in the Forest of Dean I saw. We'll whiz round that way a little bit. We'll go across the Peak District. We'll have a little peek at the world from up there. It's all good. Danny Harris says, Richard Suggett, if you send me your email address, I'll send you a couple of albums by the composer something or other. I can't read. My eyes have gone a bit blurry. I botfold about the other day, and I'll send them on WeTransfer. That's why I was asked. He didn't send me one, did he? He didn't send me any of this music. Oh, no, it's nice. It's all to everybody else. The Lady Killers. Oh, that was very good, wasn't it? That was what was her name? Mrs. What was the name of the woman in the Lady where he was Professor? What was he? He was Professor somebody, Professor so and so, and she was Mrs. Tribbles or something. That was a brilliant film. That was a. And who was the one that kept going? Shall I do her now, Professor? No need to do her yet. We'll do her later. That was it. Yes, he was quite. What was the one where he had those weird teeth? Was that the Lady Killers? Maybe it was. Anyway, I used to enjoy old Alec Guinness. He was great. Steve Pilfold. Right, let's get back on track here. Steve Pilfold. How are the quails, Mr. Richard? Don't talk to him. It's me. I'm doing the show tonight. Stand by for Twizzle. There was this. Anything can happen in the next half. A stingray, you fool. Nikki. No, I'll say not you're a fool. Not really a fool. Just came out like that. Nikki Jess is here, ladies and gentlemen. The floor is yours, Nikki. Oh, gone. Carl Osborne. All motorways are horrible and boring. That's why we are going. Well, we were going to go underground, but of course that's boring too. So there we go. Nikki Jess says hi, Julia and Richard. I didn't see Julia. Did she sneak in? Did she sneak in? That's not Julia, by the way. This is when Julia's not here. This is Julia standing, isn't it?
That's right, dear. I'm Julia standing. All right, mate. Now you're going to get on and be sensible.
Of course, I'm going to be sensible.
Good.
Oh, thanks. Mind your head. Look, Barry, your wig's coming off. There we go. Danny Harris says, I'll send it to you, Mr. I don't even know what it is. I have no idea. Probably if it's pop music, if it's got lyrics in it, I'm no good with that. Just give me some a little bit of Burt Bacharach. That would be all right. Don't mind a bit of Burt Bacharach. Or who's the one I'm playing at the moment? I think it is Burt Bacharach. Robert Crosser says A25, A1, A66, A6, Julia Hartley up here. There we are. That's what we'll do. The A1 is all right, actually. It's quite nice up there. The old Great North Road. It's a good road. That it goes up through some interesting places like Lincoln and what's that? Stamford. Very nice. It goes through some nice scenery. One round, Danny Green. I don't know what he's talking about there. Mr. Selwood. I have to say, oh, what is it, Claire? What are you going to have to say, Claire? I'm not amused? Is that what you're saying? Where's Claire gone? I have to say that I am not keen. Oh, she's not keen on motorways. I thought you were doing your Queen Victoria.
I have to say, I am not amused. Tonight's show is an absolute load of rubbish. I really wish you'd improve it.
I don't know how. I don't know how, sir. They don't like it up 'em. So, yeah. How are we doing? Let's get down here. The lovely Julia says something. Oh, no, Suggett. Oh, wait. That was for the plate. That was what? For the plate. Yeah, so, okay. Will somebody... Wait, hang on. No, don't. It keeps... Thanks for the emojis. People are laughing their socks off. It's nice to see the emoji. Keep them coming. I'm going to one of those aeroplane things on Friday without the kids, renting them out for the weekend. And what will you do in this aeroplane? Is it in the hangar? You're going to sneak in and just sort of lie on the wings? I'm lying on the wings. I'm lying on the wings with pings. I haven't any things. I'm lying on the wings. Meanwhile, in a hotel on the other side of the world, Mark Selwood is in the nude. Naked, naked,
I'm in a hotel. I'm in a hotel without my clothes.
There's a strange bunch of people out there. We've got a potential wing walker and we've got a nude hotel guest. It is a little bit bizarre. Oh dear, I wish I hadn't asked, says Steve Pilfold. Yes, I'm afraid you shouldn't. I love motorways. Get on them and keep going, says Dean Cooper. Not the M25 you won't get going. You'll find a nice parking spot. You'll be there for a length of time and somebody in a peak cap saying Jobsworth will come up to you and go, you can't park here, sir. You can't park here. This is a motorway. You've got to keep going, son.
Well, I can't go, can I? The traffic has stopped.
It's not my fault. Your wheels ought to be going around at all times on the motorway. There is a regulation that says no stopping on the motorways.
Well, I can't help that, can I? You tell the man in front.
Don't you worry, sir. I will be telling the man in front. I shall tell him directly. Hello there, sir. You can't stop here, you know. And this bloke, this Jobsworth with a peak cap, he goes round in fact, on the M25, he can just keep going round and round. His legs don't actually, he just glides across like this. He just glides. That's right, sir, you can't park here, sir. Oh, another one over there, didn't see you come in. You can't park here. I don't know what I'm twiddling with. You can't park here, sir. Where are you going? Oh, it's all a bit strange now. I'm out of control. Oh, you can't park here, sir. Oh, I say. Sorry, brain funk there. Mark Selwood says he's ruined the snow. He's ruined the snowman. That's right. Yes, it is. I'm naked in the hotel. I'm naked in my room tonight. It is what a thrill. It really is a fright. And there again, I can be so free. Oh, God, the thought of Mark Selwood naked in his hotel room singing the Snowman song. It's a bit too much. Poor Nikki Chess, what she has to cope with. We have to feel sorry for her, don't we? Sorry, Nikki, we will send more sympathy to you. I'm sure you must get this first thing in the morning. You know, after Mark stayed at your place, he must walk out onto the veranda and go, I'm naked on the veranda. It's not even with Miranda today. Oh, what will... In London as well. Sightseeing bus. And there on your left, you'll see a naked Cornishman. A naked Cornishman on the veranda. Yes, if you look over there, you see St. Paul's. That's St. Paul's. That's St. Paul's over there on the left-hand side. And now if you cast your eyes in the direction of this block of flats here, you'll see on the balcony a naked Cornishman. And not only that, a naked Cornishman singing the Snowman song from I'm Walking in the Air, whatever it is, or I'm Walking in the Air. Alec Jones impersonate. It's Alec Jones impersonator. Oh, that's actually Alec Jones. Yes, a bonus for him. Please give him a big clap. He's Oh, sorry, I think it's time for my medication. I don't know what's going on, Claire Leach. Oh, my God! He says, Claire Leach, oh, my God, he's gone mad. Dean Cooper, don't take the mickey of Alec Jones. Why, what's the matter with Alec? Come on, Alec, I'll give Alec Jones a whistle for his money. Oh, dear, the innings perished on the shore. What? The linings perished. Great rendition of the Snowman, says Alan Partridge. Robert Croesus says space cake. I don't know what that means. Danny Harris says, Richard, have you been eating special brownies? No. No, not tonight. It's you guys. You've sent me all of a dither, ladies and gentlemen. Right, the Cornish are great. They are great people. I'm just saying. You can imagine after a night at Nicky, it's just the preposterous, the preposterous idea of Mark Selwood in the nude in his hotel room on the veranda in London as a sightseeing bus. You've got to admit that is a very funny notion. If not, you need to find another channel. You need to find another channel. Oh dear. Mark Selwood says, is naked Cornishman any different to any other naked? Oh, you can't try. Of course he is. Of course he is. He's covered in a film of tin, isn't he? The naked Cornishman has obviously got a fine physique, for he's been down his Cornish mines there. See, down there in the Cornish mines, I've been down there looking for corn. In there, the corn in the mines of Cornwall. I'm sure Alec, who's Alec Jones? Mark Selwood. Alec Jones is thick and skinned enough. And what about me? Alec Jones? Are you getting confused with Alex Jones? No, you're Alid. Alid Jones. Alid, dear boy. Alid Jones. I don't know where Alid Jones comes from. He's on Classic FM, isn't he? I'm walking in the air. I'm walking in the air. No parachute is there. Oh, bugger. And now Alec Jones is as squished as the next person. He's probably as squished and as melted as the snowman he thought he was walking in the air with. Right, yes, where are we? Have we got any sensibility? Took 45 minutes before I lost track of the show today. That's longer than usual. Yeah, well, you lost track of the show. How about me? 50 minutes of absolute puerile. Do you remember when somebody wrote in and said, I think this show is totally puerile? And I thought, praise indeed. Praise indeed for the show. It's all good fun. So there we are. The Cornish, yes, I read that bit. Depends on what's in the pasty. Yes. Kevin Hall, here we are, the voice of sanity. The voice of sanity. Poor old Kevin Hall. He's like Mick McManus with a paintbrush. I'll get you, Vobes. I'll get you. Do you remember Mick McManus? Do you remember the wrestler in his black... Mick McManus? You, of course you don't. You're all too young. Mick McManus. My dad used to love wrestling. He used to love it. And he would watch this wrestling bunch of chaps fight up these. It was before Big Daddy and Giant Haystacks. Mick McManus, he was like, he had this sort of Hitler haircut, and he was a bit podgy, really. And they would Mick McManus would come out, and there would be boos, and there'd be hisses and all that. And I'd be a little kid watching with my dad, and my dad, he said, he's the nasty one. Watch him. My dad was on his side. He said, oh, look, there's a nice polite gentleman over there in his trunks. And then Mick McManus would come out with black trunks and black hair and be a bit podgy, and he'd be going, whoa, whoa, like that. He would look like a bus driver. No disrespect to bus drivers, but he really did look like a bus driver who hadn't got out much. And pale as anything. Hadn't seen sunshine, Mick McManus. But it's such a great name, Mick McManus. I love it. Oh, dear. Yes, so anyway, Danny Harris says, gotta love Alex Jones. Oh, yes, the crazy guy. He was on Joe Rogan's podcast the other night. Well, he's been banned off Facebook and everything, hasn't he? They're banning everybody. They're banning, who's the Tommy Robinson. They're trying to it's terrible. All these people are just trying to give them an opinion. You may not agree with it, but they're just trying to give an opinion, and people want to shut them down. I think that's dreadful. If you don't have to agree with it, but you must be able to listen to their opinion. Jackie Paleo, I don't know what he's... I think he's on form, says Danny Harris. Don't touch the ears, Mick McManus. He was great, wasn't he? Julia Hartley says, where's Saint Unicorn Douch gone? I keep meaning to fetch... He's here, look. Here he is. It's Unicorn Douch. He's waiting for you to come and do another show, aren't you?
You're so smart, dear. I'm waiting for you to do another show.
How's it been since
since Julia's not been on the show.
Oh, it's been terrible. I really miss the lovely Julia.
Do you really?
Yes, I do. It's so sad.
It is sad, isn't it?
You're just not the same when she's not...
Why have you suddenly gone Scottish?
I don't know, but you're just not Akai the new.
What do you mean, Akai the new?
I'm just saying it's not the same, you chicken monkey. If you don't shut the bloody hell up, I'm going to get my horn and shove it up your you-know-where.
I don't know where, actually.
Up your Eunice-stubs.
You can't shove your horn up my Eunice stubs.
Oh, you reckon?
I do reckon, actually.
Well, you're an idiot. You're an imbecile.
Oh, yeah.
Here.
Oh, stop that.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do it too hard, but you need your ears cleaning out. Oh, and your eye. I'm going to get your eye. Aye, I am.
Yep, you're going back over. Yeah, sit on the microphone. And no, sit there. No, sit and be a good Stuart Unicorn Douch, whatever your sodding name is. There. Will you just stop it? You've been drinking again. No. This is live. This is live streaming, ladies and gentlemen. There we are. Yes, that's where, lovely Julia, that's where he is. James DeWill has joined. Hello, James DeWill. Lovely to see you. Mark Selwood says, I'm going to get it in the ear from Nikki later, telling me not to broadcast my hotel hobbies. A hotel hobby. Oh, I must check into 101 hotels this month, and each time... Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Mark Selwood with no clothes on in a hotel room on a balcony. And there is a sightseeing bus. Ooh! All the pensioners going past.
Ooh, look at him and his Cornish ways.
Yes, that's the size of his pasta. Andy Joyce says, Tony Robinson ban was needed, though. Was it? I don't know why. That's a unicorn, and it should have a Scots. That's a unicorn and should have a Scots accent.
Okay, I've got one. I tell you that, Jimmy.
My name's not Jimmy.
Oh, okay.
So there we are. Steve Pilfold, Tommy Robinson deliberately spoke in contempt of court. Having an opinion doesn't give you the right to break the law if you disagree with a court order. Oh, there we are. Couldn't connect you. As soon as you mentioned Tommy Robinson, we're off the air. How about that? Isn't that amazing? I don't know whether you can see it. It says here, are we still going? I've got a screen that says, couldn't connect your live stream to the live API. Live stream. Something went wrong. Please check your system's thingy. It's scrolling. I don't know if you can hear me. Can anybody hear me? Is anything happening? I saw a few emojis. There we go. That just shows you the power of Facebook. Even if you mention some people's names, don't you think that power is wrong? Don't you think that power is a bit too much? We've done 57 minutes. I can't spin-off should growing what? Tommy writes deliberately. So here we are. Steve Pilfold. If you disagree with a court order a spin-off be challenged through the correct channels. Yes, okay, fair dues. That may be one thing, but I think I don't know whether people can hear me. But I think you're taking that out of context because that's just one thing. You can't okay, so you can punish somebody for breaking the law and all the rest of it, but people must have the right to speak. And the whole point of free speech is if you disagree with somebody, that's fine. It is fine. Just you are allowed to. We disagree with people all the time. It's who is setting the barrier to where you disagree. You don't have to listen to them, or if you think they're that wrong, or you think that their ideas don't stand scrutiny, then you put them in a public place and you argue and you show that those ideas don't stand the scrutiny. But if you hide them away or shut them up, they become martyrs. It seems it's completely the wrong thing. Look at Nick Griffin when he was on Question Time. There was a despicable man with a despicable party with despicable ideas. But he should have the right to have free speech. He should be able to say what he thinks and what he says, because he can be laughed at by the majority and laughed out of town. And that's how you deal with them. You really do. Anyway, Hats, you're doing a cracking show tonight, but have a break, Richard. Or a breath. I don't know whether I'm still on. I can still see emojis. I don't even know if you can see me, and nobody's answered. It may be that the whole system has crashed.
This is really, it's a shame. Right at the end, it's such a nuisance that Facebook, something goes wrong like this. Or I may switch to YouTube to try these. I may switch to YouTube, and I'll put a link on it so that because we'll try that. Maybe they're a bit more reliable. Can you see me? Can you actually see me? This is really, I'm not getting any feedback. I'm just getting hang on. I don't know if I can show you this. This is what, can you see that? That's what I'm getting. Connect your live stream. I don't know whether you can see that. Now I've reset the camera. I don't know if it's there. He's getting deep with 5 minutes to go. Crackers. It's loud and clear. Okay, that's cool. My system. Anyway, yeah, no. Sorry. I'm not getting deep. But what I just want to make that point. I want to make that point. I know these people, you may not disagree with these people, but free speech affects people like me to be able to do this. Because if I make a joke or take the mickey out of the Scottish accent or do something like that, it only takes one of you people to be offended, and then now there's no such hate speech. You can say that was hateful and you can report me, and I can spend an evening in prison. And that is actually quite worrying. You've got to have free speech so that we can... I'm not that interested in these great political things, but I am interested when it affects me in the ability to do a show like this, because it just takes one person to say something or to misinterpret how it comes. And it's that important. It really is. So you may not like these people, but you must let them have the right to say what they think, whether you agree with them or not. Because if you're going to be offended... well, that's your lookout, isn't it? You know, people can be offensive to me, but the person who is taking the offence has the choice to take the offence. They can walk away. They can turn these things off. It's different if it's in your face like this, then that can be that's something you can report to the police. Isn't that right?
That's right, dear, that's right. You got it right again. Oh, you're talking absolute sense.
I know, it's the first time I've spoken any sense in tonight's show.
Oh, dear. Do you know?
What?
They don't like it when you talk sense. They don't want to hear it.
I know they don't want to hear it. That's the trouble. A lot of people don't want to hear the truth.
I know. What do you do?
Well, sometimes you just have to bamboozle them and tell them that that's the truth.
Well, they won't put up with it.
I know, but that's life, isn't it?
Well, all right. You're going to say good night then?
Oh, good night.
Not to me, you twit.
Oh, sorry.
Say good night to the people watching.
Oh, yes, the people watching. I don't even know if they are watching now because I can't see. I've got no feedback or anything. John Berger says, I can hear you just fine. I can see... Oh, George Timperley says, I can see you. You're still live. Yes, there we go. Right, well, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I can't see the thing, which is most peculiar, ladies and gentlemen, most peculiar of mine. Can you just go and sit over there? I hope you've enjoyed the show. It's been great fun. We've had a little bit of laugh. We've had a little bit of deep stuff at the end, but don't let that worry you. Don't go to bed with nightmares. Don't think, oh dear, he's ruined it now. He's ruined it because it was all going so well, and then somebody mentioned something, and all of a sudden Alex Jones to Tommy Robinson, and then Facebook just pulled the plug on him. This is the sort of big brothery world that we are in. It's interesting, actually, if you read a bit of George Orwell. I read a bit of George Orwell the other day. And, yeah, that Big Brother thing, it's becoming so true, and he wrote that well before the internet was invented. So, you know, it's a bit of a strange thing. All right, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy it. Robert Crosser says, good points, well made, sir. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. I know it was all a bit too heavy for some of you at the end of an evening. Now, just so you know, no show Wednesday. I'm working at a school on Wednesday being patron of reading. And when I get back, I shall be quite exhausted. But more than that, I've got to edit up the next day's show. I won't have time to get it all done because I'm out filming tomorrow and then editing the next day's show. So apologies for that. So, yeah, no show Wednesday. Will be a show Friday. So I will see you Friday. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, one and all. Look after yourselves. Don't get too disturbed if somebody happens to mention something that you don't like. Just, you know, park it and get on with your life. Till the next time, ta-ta, one and all, and goodbye for now. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.